Welcome. My name is Brian Lindemood. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Content Strategy at Questline Digital. Today, I'm going to demonstrate our email newsletter solution. We'll talk about the benefits of sending email newsletters and how utilities are using newsletters to build digital relationships with their customers and increase customer satisfaction. We'll get into our Engage platform, and I'll show you how easy it is for utilities to send monthly newsletters. And I have some case studies to share about the success our utility clients have had with their newsletters. But first, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Questline Digital. We are a customer engagement company. We focus on marketing and communication solutions specifically for utilities. We've been doing this for over 30 years, and we're very proud to work with over 200 utilities across the country of all sizes, primarily in electric, natural gas, and water. That experience is really important to us when it comes to understanding the communication needs of the industry. Our unique perspective allows us to see topics and trends that affect different utilities across the country, and then that helps us develop best practices that we can recommend to others as we see those trends unfold. Our secret sauce, and what really makes Questline Digital unique, is that we combine a deployment platform with content. There are lots of platforms available if you just want to send an email, but there are no other platforms that also include professionally written content, fully designed templates that are customizable, videos, and infographics. That content is unique to Questline Digital, and pairing that with the deployment platform is a very powerful capability for utilities. That combination is what makes our newsletter solution so effective. And why is that important? Well, as I'll show you, a utility newsletter is proven to drive customer engagement. And when customers are engaged, there are lots of other benefits for utilities. But let's start by talking about what customer engagement really is. This is a term that gets thrown around a lot. It can mean different things to different people, but I'll tell you what it means to us here at Questline Digital. Customer engagement isn't just a tactic or a tool. This is a commitment to maintaining an ongoing digital relationship that adds value for utility customers with every interaction. It starts on the first day of service with welcome messaging. It continues with regular, consistent outreach that is not transactional. It's not a bill. It's content that utility customers are actually interested in. That's where the newsletter comes in. And along with educational content, the newsletter also includes actionable messages, program information, efficiency tips, or safety advice that customers see as helpful, not strictly promotional. When utilities invest in this digital relationship with their customers, they'll see an increase in customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is obviously a big benefit of an engagement strategy, but there are other benefits as well. When customers are engaged, utilities are able to reach them when they need to, whether it's an emergency alert or a program promotion. Customers are more likely to participate in programs or sign up for new rates or billing options. And because of this, those customers are going to require less paper and postage, and they're going to call the call center less often, lowering the utility's operational costs to serve them. It's also something customers expect. And I think this is really important when you think about the connection between engagement and customer satisfaction. Customers have these robust digital relationships with every company that they do business with, and they don't see their utility as any different from Amazon or Netflix or even their local pizza shop, which also has an app and is sending them personalized emails. So let's take a look now at how a newsletter actually achieves this. One of the keys to maintaining a strong digital relationship with customers is consistency. Connecting with them on a regular basis with information that they are interested in. Don't just reach out when you need something from customers. Don't wait until you have bad news like an outage or the occasional program promotion because you need them to sign up for something. With a newsletter, you can maintain a relationship with a consistent monthly touch point that continues throughout the customer journey. And you're building engagement because you're providing content that is interesting. It's helpful, educational, entertaining even. It's not a bill or an outage notification. It's content that customers actually want to receive. Our newsletter solution includes 4 original content assets each month. Typically, that's one video, one infographic, and two articles each month. Utilities can choose to customize this content, such as adding a link to a program sign-up page. They can add their own local information to our content, or they can replace our content with their own articles if they choose to. With our newsletter solution, utilities can be as involved as they want to be, or it can be as turnkey as they want it to be. And we see both extremes and everything in between. Some utilities are very active in adding their own content and customizing the newsletter. Most utilities are not. Most utilities review the draft, approve it, and that's it. It sends automatically. They don't have to ever think about it again. It's a very easy solution for a small team to manage. The content in our newsletter solution is created in-house by Questline Digital. We have a team of writers, designers, and video producers who only create content for utilities. That experience has given us a lot of knowledge and expertise in understanding utility topics and being able to make those topics accessible and interesting for your customers. We also guarantee the technical accuracy of our content, no matter how complex the topic. We have a certified energy manager on staff. He's part of our content team. He reviews and verifies every single piece of content that we publish. And of course, we look carefully at the performance metrics and help our utility clients leverage that data. We want to understand what topics and what content is resonating with your customers so we can do an even better job of engaging with them. With more than 5,000 unique pieces of content in our catalog, it's hard to narrow it down to a few examples, but this will give you a sense of the themes that we tend to cover. Our goal with newsletter content is to align topics with the messaging initiatives and programs that a utility needs to share with customers. Now, the content is not about programs per se, but it helps educate customers in support of programs. For example, a piece of content could explain how time of use rates work, or how to save money by shifting your energy use but still keeping your home comfortable. And then, having educated the customer about the topic, you can follow up with a more specific program promotion and sign-up information. We also keep these topics fresh over time with seasonal approaches, and just about every month there's a holiday or a commemorative celebration that we can connect to a water or energy topic. We started this conversation by talking about customer engagement and how newsletters help utilities maintain an ongoing relationship with their customers. This is the proof. Our performance metrics show that newsletter readers are more engaged in their entire relationship with their utility. They're more likely to open future emails and much more likely to click on promotional emails compared to customers who do not receive a newsletter. This is why we make an investment in educating and connecting with our customers. Let's take a look now at how our newsletter solution actually works and how easy it is for utility clients to use newsletters to connect with their customers. To start, we're going to see how we set up a newsletter template for a new utility client to reflect that utility's design standards. So you can see here, we have a selection of different templates to choose from. And the basic choices here are if you prefer to have the content centered, left aligned, some flexibility over the size and placement of the images as we scroll down. The idea here, of course, is to make it as easy as possible for you to select an attractive and effective template. Of course, it's important to upload a logo for your utility, as well as select your utility's brand colors to ensure that the headline color, the button color, and any secondary colors match your utility's brand standards. You can use the color selector or your hex codes here. Getting into the Engage platform itself now, this is the Engage dashboard. This is what you would see when you log into the platform. I'm in a demo account, but this is the exact experience that you would have as a utility client. The Engage platform is all web-based and in the cloud. It is secure. Every utility that has access to Engage has what we call its own instance, and these instances are walled off and secure from other utility accounts in Engage. From this dashboard, you can get a quick look at newsletter drafts that you have coming up that are ready to be approved. If any emails were scheduled to deploy in the next 7 days, you would see that here. This is a quick look at content that's popular right now that you may want to consider including in your newsletter. And then some quick reporting snapshots here at the bottom of the dashboard. Content that is performing well in the last 30 days and top content categories from the last 30 days. And this is just performance for your utility. And then some more reporting snapshots here. And as we get more into the platform, we'll take a look at our reporting dashboards, which offer much more detailed views of this performance. The content catalog is where you can see content that's available for you to use in the newsletter. As I mentioned, we have over 5,000 unique content assets in Engage. This includes infographics, videos, articles, slideshows, interactive quizzes, and they're all accessible here for you to browse or search through. From the content homepage here, these are assets that our content team has highlighted for this month. You can see this is March, it's Women's History Month, so we've featured an infographic celebrating the impact that women have had in the energy industry. Again, popular content for this month. Each month, we recommend a collection of social media posts. These are timely or seasonal, often commemorating holidays, again, like Women's History Month, St. Patrick's Day, the big college basketball tournament in March, and then other seasonal collections like getting your home ready for spring, popular topics like smart home technology, and business collection for businesses that are thinking about preparing their facility for spring. As I mentioned, you can search for content. You can also browse by audience. Content is segmented in the catalog by business or residential audience, utility category, or content type. And this helps you quickly find the content asset that you're looking for. For instance, if you're searching for a video for your residential water newsletter, you can use these filters to quickly browse through the selection of assets that are available. Let's see what it's like when you search for a piece of content. This is a search for energy efficiency content that's a popular topic in the catalog and in our newsletters for energy utilities. So you can see the kind of results that you get here: articles, infographics, email templates, and it's easy to scroll through here and see what's available. One of the asset types that you'll find on the search results page is a collection. A collection is our way of organizing the catalog to make content easy to find, or for our content team to provide recommendations on the best place to start for a particular topic. We have collections that are seasonal, winter energy savings, summer energy savings. We have collections that support utility programs or common messaging needs, such as safety or electrification, or in this case, home water conservation. This is basically our way of helping you find the most relevant content for any given topic. In each collection, you'll find the 12 or 15 content assets that we recommend getting started on that particular topic. Let's click into an asset page so we can see how we actually use the content. There's a page like this for every piece of content. From here, you can preview the content. In this case, it's a video, so you can preview the video. Assets like videos and infographics also include a headline and article text that goes with it, so that you can host the video on a page with the text and the article, or by itself if you choose just to use the video file. Scrolling to the bottom of the page, we see that there's a related social media post. Many of the assets in our catalog include a social media post. And you can also see that this asset appears in these other collections. So if you're interested in this asset, but you'd like to see more, or, something about the same topic, but a little bit different, you can navigate through these different collections to see what related assets are available. Scrolling back up to the top of the page, you can see that every asset in the catalog also includes a thumbnail image as well as a teaser description, and these are useful for including in the newsletter. Once an asset is licensed for your newsletter, if you want to use it elsewhere, you can easily download it from here, or you can generate a public URL, which is an easy way to share it with a web link. And with this URL, then you can share this article already published on a landing page. And of course, it would include your utility logo and color scheme. Let's take a look at the newsletter now and see how we can actually use this content in the newsletter solution to connect with customers. Going back here to the campaigns tab and the newsletter tab, we can see the list of newsletters that is available for this utility. This is a demo account, so there are a lot of them, but depending on what utility type or audiences you're trying to reach, you would see a list here of your newsletter drafts. We have drafts available for water, electric, natural gas, and for audiences like residential, small business, and then key accounts, which is your large CNI business customers. So we're going to look at our electric residential draft here, and you can see the months that are available. These drafts are published 3 months in advance. So at the beginning of January, the March draft is published. And this gives your utility 3 months to go in, review the content in that newsletter draft, make any changes or approve it, and then schedule it for deployment as far as 3 months in advance if you choose. We will take a look here at the April draft for our residential electric newsletter. And this is your preview of the newsletter, and it gives you options to make any edits, add your own content to it if you choose, and then approve it for publication when it's ready to go. You can share this approval screen within your utility if you have a process or other people at your utility who need to look at it. And you can share this preview either via email or get a web link to share. Scrolling down here, you can see the content. This is what we call the base draft. This is our recommended content for this month, and it's selected based on seasonality and any commemorative days or moments that month. For instance, April is National Safe Digging Month, so we've included an article for that. It's a good tie-in for a common safety topic. And you can click into each asset to get a view of exactly what customers will see when they receive the newsletter. And then again, you can preview the content to make sure that it's appropriate for your utility. As you're previewing the newsletter, you can also get a mobile view. With this button, you can toggle between desktop and mobile view. This is important for residential newsletters especially. Well over 60% of our residential newsletter audience read their newsletters on phones. So you want to take a look and see how your newsletter is going to look on the phones to those customers. You can see here at the bottom of the page, you have the opportunity to approve the draft when it's ready, and then you can schedule the deployment date. You can decline it if you don't want to send this newsletter. We're going to go into edit mode and take a look at how you replace content. In edit mode, you can add an introductory message to your newsletter if you choose. You can also preview the articles again from here, or you can replace them. So let's take a look at how we would replace an article. Battery-powered lawnmowers is a great topic for April. Electric residential customers are thinking about lawn care for the season. But maybe you have a program coming up that you want to make sure you have supporting content for. So let's take a look at replacing this. You can see that this is another way to access the same content that was in the catalog that we were looking at before. Something that's useful here is if you have already used this content in the past, you'll get a little notification here so that you don't inadvertently reuse the same piece of content in multiple newsletters. But since we're replacing a video, we're going to look for videos here. And let's look for something that supports our heat pump program, since we have a promotion this month for customers to get their heat pumps ready for cooling season. So this looks like a good option. If we want, we can preview it, watch the video to make sure it does support our needs, and then go ahead and replace it. So now it's in the newsletter instead of the battery-powered lawnmower video. We'll go back to preview mode, and now our newsletter is ready to approve. Confirm the scheduled deployment date and approve. If for some reason you change your mind or you decide that before the deployment date that you want to make additional edits, you can always revoke the approval, continue editing, and then approve again. We're going to go back to our list of newsletter campaigns now because I want to show you a key accounts or a business audience newsletter. In this case, let's take a look at our water key accounts newsletter. This is the base draft for the February 2024 water key accounts newsletter. What I want to point out here is that we feature the key account manager in the newsletter. This is a really unique capability that our Engage platform offers, and it's really a very powerful option for utilities that are trying to build strong relationships between their key account managers and those key account managers' business customers. With this option, each newsletter draft features the photo of the key account manager, his name and title, and contact information. The newsletter also comes from the key account manager. And so it's as if this key account manager is recommending this content for his or her customers. And in fact, using that process that we just demonstrated to replace content, the key account manager can individually go in and select content that they think their customer list would find valuable. So it's really a very strong way for that key account manager to build those relationships and provide relevant content directly to their customer list. Finally, I want to take a look at the reporting capabilities that are available in Engage. As you know, performance metrics are very important to us here at Questline Digital, and so we want to make it easy for our utility clients to access this data and understand how their newsletter is performing. In this dashboard view, we're looking at the last 3 years of performance for this newsletter. We can see at a high level our open rate, click-through rate, top links that are clicked in the newsletter. And then on these dashboards, we always provide industry benchmarks so your utility can see how you compare to others in your industry. From this overview, we can click into the list of sends. From this page, we can see the list of individual sends, and we can click through and see the performance of each month's individual newsletter. So again, open rate compared to industry benchmark, click-through rate, the list of links clicked on. If you want to see exactly where in the newsletter your customers are clicking, you can open the click map and get a visual representation of that. You can also get a list of exactly who clicked on each link, and this can help you develop follow-up campaigns, or in the case of a key accounts newsletter, the key account manager could follow up with his or her customers who are interested in each article. We've really just scratched the surface of all the capabilities that are available in Engage, but I wanted to give you an idea of how powerful this platform can be, but also how easy it is for utilities to use to maintain their own newsletter program and build these strong relationships with customers. Finally, I'd like to share some case studies with you so you can see how a few of our utility clients are putting the newsletter solution to use. This example is from the town of Benson, North Carolina. They had been sending a print newsletter with their bills, but were increasingly challenged by the limitations of print. Limits on the type of content they could include and the timing, having to print it far in advance of distribution. We worked with Benson to create a monthly digital newsletter, and unlike print, we're able to include videos and infographics and timely information. It's been a success, performing above industry benchmarks with a 47% open rate and 33% click-to-open ratio, which shows that customers really appreciate this content. It's really resonating with them. Another thing that I credit to Benson's success is that they include local content every month. The lead article in each newsletter is a letter from the mayor, which includes community information, other local updates, and is an excellent way for the mayor and the entire community to build a connection with their utility customers. This is another example. In this case, SWEPCO was specifically concerned about increasing awareness for its energy efficiency programs. They needed to reach participation and energy savings goals set by state regulators. This is the beauty of the newsletter. You can engage with customers about these topics. You can educate them about energy efficiency without just promoting the programs, without shoving that marketing message down their throats. You've got videos that show how easy it is to use a smart thermostat, for example, infographics that demonstrate how to make your home more comfortable with weatherization. And then you can follow up with the program information at the end of these pieces. But it's in the context of this education and advice that you're providing in an entertaining format. In SWEPCO's case, this was a tremendous success. Not only did they increase awareness of their energy efficiency programs, but the utility's customer satisfaction scores increased as a result. One of the ways to build engagement with business customers is to segment your communications by industry. Business customers are especially hard to reach. They're busy and they do not have time for messages that they think are not relevant to their business. But when you can provide education or program information that is specific to their industry, specific to healthcare, specific to manufacturers, now they do have time to pay attention because it's content that they see is relevant. That's the approach we took with AEP Ohio. Like most utilities, they were challenged in reaching business customers. By creating industry-specific versions of their business newsletter that featured healthcare content, education content, and manufacturing content, they saw a tremendous increase in engagement, up to 84% higher CTOR for the healthcare segment, for example. And I want to leave you with a few best practices. Remember, you want to begin your digital relationship with customers at the very beginning of service, and then continue that relationship with regular, consistent touch points. Make sure those messages add value, help customers, educate them, entertain them even. Don't just send transactional messages. There are a lot of benefits for utilities. When customers are digitally engaged, they are 80% more likely to participate in programs, which is going to result in lots of operational savings for you. Thanks again for your interest in our newsletter solution. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your representative here at Questline Digital.